Hello guys, this is Tyler King and welcome to my video tutorial on how to give the player the ability to set C4 in your level. Alright, I'm going to test play it and show you guys. Alright, so when the player goes over to here, they press E and pick up the C4, and notice on the top left that it has the number of C4 that you have. And we're going to go over to this trigger box, press E, and it went from 3 to 2. Now you have 2 C4 instead of 3. And if we keep setting it up, and when it goes to 0, you can't set any more C4. Alright, so we're going to go out here, and we're going to set it up. Okay, so I already have it set up right over here. I'm just going to select everything and delete everything. Now, it's going to be a little math involved. There are other ways of doing this simply. This is just one way of doing it, and I'll explain later on other simpler ways of doing this. Alright, so we're going to go into the menu, and we're going to get the C4. And we're going to set it here, and go back. We're going to select a blocking box. And this is completely optional. This is for making sure, like, your player, when they shoot the C4, that it doesn't explode. And I'm just going to make it a little bit smaller so it just matches the volume of the C4. Alright, and I'm just going to separate it so it won't be as complicated when we try to do the setup. Alright, we're going to go to the box trigger, and we're just going to make it a little bit bigger so it gives player the room to select it. So a little bit bigger. Make it a little bit taller too. Okay. Alright, and we're going to make it human usable. And we want it to this is optional too. You can have it remove on use or just keep it. Alright, so we're going to select the C4 and the box trigger, and we're going to duplicate it and just set it over here. And we're just going to put the C4 inside. And for the C4, we want it to be unseen. And for the box trigger, let's just give it a different color. Let's make it red. And I'm just going to remove on, put none. Alright, so let's go into the node part as far as setting up the C4. So we're going to go to the box trigger and press G and on entered, or not on entered, on trigger used. We're going to delete the blocking volume, and then we're going to remove the C4. And if you're not going to do the remove on for this trigger, then you can just don't have to remove the trigger boxes, the blocking box and the C4. Alright, so I'm just going to put the box back. The only reason why I separated this is so I don't have to spend too much time on trying to select between the blocking box and the C4. Alright, so next we're going to go back to on trigger use, press G, And we're going to go to variables, and we're going to go to number. And we're going to set the number. And I already have the number for the C4. We're just going to add a new number and set number. And we'll press X on the set number. And then we're going to give it a value of 3. You can put whatever value you want, but I'm just going to put 3 for this case, for the tutorial. Alright, so we're going to go to here, and we're just going to give it a name. Let's call it C4. And we're going to choose an icon. Just going to choose this one. And we're just going to leave the initial value at 0 and just leave the min and values alone. Okay? And this is for the feedback part, what's coming up next. So we're going to use the on trigger used again, press G, and we're going to go over to communication, and we're going to select HUD settings and set that active. Now we're going to go into here. On the top left, we're just going to keep going until it says variable. And then we're just going to name it C4. And when it talks about the variable, over here, we're just going to go over until it's the number. And we're just going to select the number of C4 that we referenced. So this is feedback showing like the number of C4 that the player has when they pick it up. Alright, so we're going to go to the other trigger box, and we're going to do this first. We're going to do on entered. We're going to go to, not variables, flow, and we're going to do a number compare. Test numbers, and we're going to edit here. And then for the LSH, we're going to press Control X, and we're going to pick the same number as the C4. So that means it knows what number that we're trying to compare here. And we're just going to give it the number on RHS of 1. Okay? And now we're going to do this. We're going to press G on number compare, go to less than number, and then go to the volume and disable volume. And what that means is it's going to compare, the number compare is going to compare the variable of the C4. It's going to see how many C4 you have. If you don't have more than 1, or if you don't have 1 or equal to 1, or then it's not going to work. Okay, so we're going to go to the trigger box, and on trigger used, we're going to spawn the C4, make it seeable again, and when we're going to use the on trigger used again and connect it to the reference to the C4, and we're going to select subtract, and we're going to subtract 1 each time. Every time you set the C4, it subtracts 1 each time. Alright, so we're going to just go ahead and test it, see if it works. Okay, so we're going to go over here, pick it up, and we have 3 C4. And now we're going to go here, press it, and now we just set up C4. There we go. And then when we keep shooting, we can't set any more C4, so there you go. It's not going to work anymore. And as far as simpler ways on how to do this, this is for if you want to give your player a specific number of C4 that they want to set up. There's another simpler way of doing this. You can just make simply just the trigger box just to spawn the object instead of going through all the number stuff. But other than that, that's it as far as the tutorial. Thank you for sticking out through the rest of the video, and hopefully I see you guys next time.